Welcome back into Sports Drive. Once again, I'm Preston Moore. Our last guest today is Coach Amanda Black of the Amarillo College Badgers, the volleyball team. Coach Black, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You guys play New Mexico Junior College tomorrow night. What do you expect going into that game?
Well, NMJC is number 18 in the country right now. They play really solid, controlled ball. A lot of teams in our conference have international players, and they're just very mature volleyball players, and they just play the game well. Not real fancy, but I like to equate it to a team that, like a basketball team that can score a lot of layups and not a lot of slam dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Not real exciting to watch, but every once in a while they'll do something cool. So if we can just play some good, consistent defense, serve, receive, I think that we should be right up there with them. Rankings in JUCO they can mean a lot and they can mean nothing. So we try not to get too worked up about it, but they've been ranked for the last several weeks. So they're staying consistently up there. So it's still a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. And they're coming into town. It's going to be a home game. You guys have, I've been to a few of the games, and the fan support is really strong. What can you say about the support you've had from the community?
Yeah, it's surprised me just because we're playing in Canyon at WT, and I'm just shocked that people come all the way out there to cheer us on. And I think it's a testament that we've got really great faculty and staff at our campus that are super supportive of athletics, and so a lot of them are there. Some of them work our table. Like, they're super supportive and enthusiastic about athletics. And then we've got a lot of local kids on our team. About half of our team is from the Amarillo or Lubbock area. So that obviously draws kids. And then, we get high school kids coming to watch, which is exciting. It's exciting to be a team that someone locally, the girls can look up to, not just WT, which they're awesome and phenomenal volleyball team as well. But, I think it's fun for the girls to feel like the schools that they're representing, there's a next step for the players. So, yeah, I mean, I've been shocked that people are trekking out to Canyon on a Wednesday evening to come watch. So,
yeah, it's really nice to see that kind of support from the community. You guys went on an 11-game winning streak earlier in the season. How do you regain that kind of momentum? Now that you're a little bit further into the season, how do you look back at that streak and think, okay, here's how we did that, and here's how we can replicate it?
Yeah, there's a couple games that come to mind in that streak that kind of. I asked the girls to get in that mindset, to get in that, I tell them it's a mindset. We're looking to get everything right between the ears, not at a level 10, not at a level 1, but somewhere in that 7 to 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, how focused and jazzed up you are. You don't want to be too high. You don't want to be too low. So we talk to them a lot about getting in the competitive mindset. And late September and October can be really hard times in college because you're facing midterms. For us, it's about to be finals because we do 8-week terms. And the girls have been playing volleyball every single day, and they're just kind of in a lull. So it's really trying to get a refocus and re-spark something mid-season. Yeah. It's kind of tough for everybody. Plus, our conference, I mean, we've got 4 teams. 3 that are ranked in the top 20, another that's receiving votes. I mean, our conference is just a powerhouse, more than the other conferences in Texas. So we're up against very, very high level teams week after week. So it's a little different than preseason, but we're learning and growing as a team each time we step on the court. So
yeah, what kind of differences have you seen between the Badgers now, your team that you have now, compared to, say, a month ago or 2 months ago? What kind of growth have you seen as the season's gone on?
Yeah, I definitely think that our setters have drastically changed from what they were a month ago in a great way. We're seeing a lot more offense out of the middle, which is something that we weren't really doing in preseason. And that's kind of how you gain points and you gain momentum in our conference, is being able to run kids through the middle. Because at our level, every kid is a good hitter, not just the pin hitters. So we've got to focus on spreading the ball out, and our setters have done a good job offensively of doing that. And then blocking, we've been working a ton on, and I think that we've grown a lot. There's just some IQ that we have to catch up with, that, a lot of these teams have sophomores that already have a year of the speed of college under their belt, and my kids don't. And so we try to run fast things in practice and get them as fast paced as possible in a pressure situation, in something that's not, it's nothing compares to a game, but we're definitely trying to do that so that the kids can get caught up to speed quickly, because there's nothing like sophomore experience in JUCO. It's just totally different. So I'm not saying that I'm only looking forward to next year. We're definitely doing a lot of things that we can right now, but I mean, I've got 16 freshmen. If I have 16 sophomores next year, I'm just saying that's going to be a huge advantage for us. So
Yeah, absolutely. And even as with a team of entirely freshmen, to come in with a team that's so inexperienced at that level, you guys have done pretty well. I mean, it's impressive what you've been able to do with a team of entirely freshmen. How did you go about that? Beginning the season, were there any nerves? And you're like, oh man, this team is all freshmen right now. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm a little nervous, but you guys have turned out. I mean, you guys have won more games than I think some people might have expected from such an inexperienced team. How'd you go about that?
It's funny because I had a baby on Friday, October 6th. I mean, August 6th. Sorry, the first week of preseason. October. No. You're like, that's not even happened yet. August 6th. So we started preseason, and then I had a baby on Friday. I was basically out the next week, and I came back, and I didn't even recognize my team. Like, they had taken ownership over everything. We have a couple girls that are sophomores in school, that just have a different level of maturity. It's not the same court maturity that I talk about, but they understand what taking ownership is and getting things done and being serious. So they did some really good things while I was not around, and I think that had a huge impact on those first couple weeks that we were playing, was because the girls were really, really invested themselves. Not that it's changed, but I think that kickstarted some really good things for us, is they realized, and that's what makes a great team, is that it's athlete led. A good team can be led by a good coach, but a great team is going to be athletes that take ownership and they do the things that they know to do without a coach having to yell at them and try to motivate them. They can motivate themselves and go after and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think that there are any specific players that we should look out for, especially tomorrow night? Players on your squad that we should look to expect something big from?
Well, I'll tell you this: we're battling a couple injuries right now, and we're gonna have two girls that have been playing outside, switching on and off. Will both be playing outside tomorrow because our court captain and arguably our best leader on the court is out with an injury at the moment. So we're going to have some other kids, the outsides, that are going to have to step up. And my libero, Taylor Irving, she's always fun to watch. She's a good kid. She's from Randall. She was 2-time All-State. I mean, the kid's she's solid. And I love coaching her. I love to watch her play. I mean, she gets it, and she does her job in the back row, and not a lot of balls fall around her. And so I think she's fun to watch. And both of our middles have been connecting really well with our setters. So our middle hitters, they're undersized for our conference, but they're super springy and they can put the ball down, and they're fun to watch. I tell the girls they can't get slam dunks all the time, but those two kids, they try as much as they can to slam dunk the ball and bounce the ball and make it really exciting to watch. So
Yeah. All right. Well, Coach Black, thank you once again for joining us. Good luck tomorrow night against New Mexico Junior College. That game is at 6:00 p.m. for anybody listening or watching. And I'm sure that we hope to see you out there. Support the Amarillo Badgers.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Once again, we'll be back with more Sports Drive after the break.